Hi Mum, you do everything for everyone else. Let me help you make your life easier. Quick, short information to make you empowered and remind you why you are so important. Because if you don't know what's on the menu, how can you choose what's right for you? Hi, I'm Elena, Director of my private practice Supportive Therapy, an everyday Aussie mum trying not to lose my biscuits and my kids. As a mental health professional, I'm here to share my secrets so no other mother feels alone or powerless. Knowledge is power, and I want you to be powerful. Think of it like I'm your mindset coach through all of this. Everything is backed by science and psychology. I believe in you, and I want you to be the best version of yourself. To be happy and to feel in control, you need to be mentally strong. Hello, my beautiful mums. My name is Elena, and welcome to my little podcast. I just wanted to congratulate you for making it through to the end of the year. It can be a long, crazy whirlwind of a year with everything that's happened, and especially now at this time when school has ended, the kids are home, or whatever that looks like for your family. It can be difficult if there's custody arrangements or on and off, but I think as we glide into December, there's a whole lot of fatigue, a whole lot of burnout. We're all just really tired and we're just dying for a little bit of peace. It can be really difficult for mums if you are working in hospitality or retail, as this can actually be one of the most busiest times of your year. And for you, it can be really difficult because all I want is to relax, to have the school holidays off with kids. And then if you can't, it's really difficult to then manage your own expectations of what things should be, as well as your kids' expectations of what this means for the end of the year. So, for all of our beautiful mums, I wanted to have, which I usually do every year, which I feel is very important, is essentially an end of year check-in. It's a reflection upon the things that happened during the year that made you reflect back positively. Sometimes, depending on our circumstances, it can all, especially when we are feeling burnout, we are feeling fatigued, it's coming into summer, it's hot, you know? So it's good to actually reframe and reflect positively, not in terms of toxic positivity, but positively, and remember and remind yourself about all the wins you had during the year, as well as all the goals you have achieved, as well as any positive things that made your heart burst in a really lovely way. So the first thing could be if we reflected upon what are 3 wonderful highlights of the year. So you think about the whole year from the beginning to all the holidays, all the family events, the career events, the school events, the achievements your kids have gone through. Depending on what's happening, if we could actually just identify 3 wonderful highlights that you have had this year that stick in your mind. Another one is, what made you feel most loved? This is such an important question, because if we're able to reflect back about what made me feel most loved, that then can tie into my emotional needs. What makes me happy? What makes me feel whole? And what makes me feel content? And the thing is, humans are built for pleasure. We need joy in our life. And sometimes if we feel like our mental load is too much, if kids are going through things and it feels like it's always about everyone else and never about mum, it's really lovely to reflect upon what made me feel most loved. And whatever that was, then that's the thing that I need to attract more into my life. So even though this is a lovely reflection, this all can actually be baseline expectations of how we can go into next year. Okay? Name a goal that I achieved for myself, even if it was one goal. Sometimes as mums we can be really quite critical and hard on ourselves. So if we're able to prioritize that we actually did achieve something for myself, and what was that? Especially, this is a really important one as well. And this could even be a journaling exercise for you, okay? What worked well in my relationships? That can either be romantic with your partner, or it could be platonic with your friends, or it could even be with your relatives. What worked well in my relationships? That's really important, because if we're able to pick out the things that did work well, that did help me with my boundaries, that did help me with connecting with others, then that's something that I need to prioritize and repeat next year. Okay? Next. How did I practice to recharge my batteries? Obviously, mums, our estrogen, our mental load, trying to juggle everything. It's difficult with people pleasing, and it's difficult with perfectionism. Mums also have a tendency to need to control everything. It gives me the illusion of control and safety, and that ties into. So if all of these things are my normal, that I normally experience, what amazing things genuinely and authentically recharged my batteries? So we need to realize what did recharge my batteries, so that we don't end up in a continual state of burnout. And some amazing examples to recharge my batteries are going to visit water of a beach, a lake, a stream, a waterfall. Another way to recharge batteries is laughing, making sure that I laugh every day. Another way to recharge is sleep, the elusive sleep. I don't think that ever happens the way that mums actually want it to be. Or sleep-ins. My boundary could be every Sunday morning, Mummy needs a sleep-in, honey. You know, I don't care what you do. You know where the cereal is? Go get out your Weet-Bix. Sunday mornings is for Mum, okay? All right, next question. What am I proud of myself for? It's very easy to criticize ourselves and feel like we're failing, and feel like we can't get on top of us, and feel like our to-do lists never end. But what have I done well, and what am I really proud of myself for? That's such an important reflection and question, okay? All of these are going to be on my Mentally Strong Mums Instagram page. So if you're a bit overwhelmed or you can't write them down, go check out my page, and these will all be on there today for you, okay? Next question. For this year, what was the smartest decision you made? That's a good one, isn't it? What is the smartest decision you made? And it's interesting, when I ask you these questions, you will either inherently and automatically know the answer to them, whether it be a joke or not, or it will be something that I really need to reflect upon about. What were the smartest decision that you made? Okay? Next one. Who are 3 people that had a positive impact on you? Especially as women, we are social beings, and we need to be surrounded by other humans, especially like-minded humans, our little village that we can kind of build ourselves up. And it's really difficult if we're at a place in our life due to whatever circumstances, and I feel really quite isolated, and I don't feel like I have my village or the support that I need. So that can be really difficult and really hard. In terms of sociology, they say the worst punishment a human can feel is to be ostracized. And it's really true. So if we can understand and rally for the people that had my back, people that had a positive impact on me and prioritizing them into your life for next year, you know? Okay, next question. Which important relationship improved? So with all of us, we all have relationships, but our life is about evolution, baby, okay? And we're not the same person we were 5 years ago, and we're definitely not the same person we were 15 years ago, okay? And that's the same within our relationships, and our relationships should all grow and evolve. And we need to learn as we get older, sometimes our priorities and our values change. And it can be difficult because if it's difficult as well, if you've made some really important gains and goals personally, professionally, health-wise, mindset-wise, that if I feel like I'm growing and I'm improving and I'm making a conscious effort to better myself and improve myself, sometimes it can be really difficult for the people around you that aren't growing, that are kind of stagnant or content with their life, or even if they're not content, they're not willing to do anything about it or commit, and they just get upset and pessimistic all the time, okay? So if you've decided to be that little train that could, you know, going forward and putting yourself first and making yourself a priority and not giving up on yourself, and you're actually seeing the gains, can be very difficult for the other people around you because they know you a certain way, and when you start to grow, they almost want to drag you back. People don't like change. It makes others uncomfortable, especially because if you're succeeding in all these goals, whatever they may be, and I'm not ready yet to be able to start with my own stuff, and then it makes me feel guilty, it starts that resentment, all the stuff, right? And we know that resentment comes from the envy family. Resentment's actually jealousy of something or someone, and if that doesn't get resolved, resentment then turns to anger. So if we can reflect on what important relationships improved, how we should all be growing together, how we should all be evolving and making priorities for those people who are really special. And then even in our romantic relationships, things can't be stagnant the whole time. So what within my romantic relationship has improved? Have we grown up? Are we able to actually have conflict and we don't lose our biscuits? And we're able to be present, you know? Am I actually able in the bedroom to use my voice the way that I want to? You know? Try and take charge. Whatever that looks like. Okay. Next question. What was the biggest risk you took? This can be obviously a positive or negative, because if you took a huge risk, it may have worked out. And if you took a huge risk, it may not have. But good on you for taking a risk in the first place. That's all those dreams, aspirations, huge risks, backing yourself. And even when there are risks, there's no guarantee that they will pay off. But it's that thing, I don't want to be stagnant, I want to keep moving forward. And that's this mindset coach, which essentially I want to do for you, is understanding that moving forward, always evolving. What are my dreams? What are my priorities? And what are the risks? And how can I make them into rewards? Okay, ladies, last question. When did I laugh the most during the year? That's the most amazing question for me. When did I laugh the most? What things made me so happy in my life that I was just laughing ridiculously, you know? Yesterday, I took my boys to get a haircut, and my middle boy hates haircuts. So at the end of the haircut, he lost his biscuits, screamed, yelled, you know, had a panic attack, yelled at me, why would you make me do that? And then he turns it on himself. I look so ugly. I'm never leaving again. All of the stuff, right? We were able to be there and sit with that. Gave him my phone for a minute. After he had his little breakthrough, sat with him, co-regulated, calmed him down, normalized everything, validated him, obviously, in that moment. And then I had to go up to the poor hairdresser and I'm like, I hope he hasn't traumatized you for this either. Because she got really nervous and scared because I think she was just starting out. And I don't know if she's ever seen a child have that reaction before for a haircut. So afterwards, he was very cool, very calm, relaxed, ended up getting a sticker, and then saying thank you to the lady for giving him the haircut. So it was like this beautiful full circle. It was lovely. And then he had my phone as I was paying for it all. He ended up going in and then finding these filters on his face with his new hair. And it was the funniest thing I have ever seen. It was the greatest moment because we went from this low to this overwhelm and then to this high, and then we all came back together again. It was hilarious to the point where I couldn't even pay at the counter, and he got everyone involved, it was really sweet and it was really lovely. But that's those things, we have to find these moments in every single day. And when you have kids, they're not going to be happy and they're not going to know what to do. And they need to be free to express themselves no matter where they are. Even if it's in the uncomfortability of a hairdresser. Understanding then how to be there for them. It's not about me, not trying to shush them or you're embarrassing me. Those. Just actually sitting with them. If you can kind of be there for them in that moment of their need authentically. And in terms of trauma, it prevents any kind of PTSD stuff too, anyways, in terms of your nervous system, which is really important. Just being there for them authentically, knowing that they're not too much, that they're allowed to express the way that they feel, knowing that you love them unconditionally no matter what, even if they lose their biscuits, Didn't last long. It's only about 3 minutes and then it was all over and done with, out of his system. So, yeah. Laughed so hard. Absolutely hilarious. Could not breathe. And then your cheeks, your face cheeks are sore. So, well, congratulations for making it to the end of the year. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know I've rabbited on again, as per usual. So I wanted to say I'm very proud of you, mums. Thank you so much for all your support. I'm really grateful for you. And I know that your kids are really grateful for you too. It's called the silly season for a reason. So if you can do anything to prioritize yourself, your needs, your peace, what do they say? Prioritize your peace. Protect it at all costs, especially if your family or the in-laws family, all of the stuff. We need to start to prioritize our peace. Understand what boundaries are, but the difficulty with boundaries, if you don't have self-worth and self-esteem and you're a people pleaser, you can't do boundaries. It doesn't matter if you know all the strategies and all the words. It just doesn't happen. So that's what I want to build up for you next year, okay? Reflect upon this year, all the amazing things that you did, all the things that worked really well for you, and then make sure you add them next year and then add on them. Because this is this thing about evolution, we need to be so mentally strong and back ourselves. It doesn't matter whatever happens, that I know I can handle it. But I can't handle it if I'm always feel like I'm behind, or I just am in a pool of tears under my bed in the dark and I can't get out. You are amazing. You are beautiful and you are trying your best, okay? I believe in you and I think you're very, very special. We just need the right support for you to make you feel like how your kids see you in this beautiful light, okay? And obviously your kids ain't going to see you in this beautiful light all the time. But they always want you, and they always want your approval, and they always want your support. And then when that happens, they want your respect. And when all of this happens naturally and authentically, and you're able to be emotionally available for them, it's then they learn that, and it's reciprocal back to you. So it's fostering this beautiful community within your own family, that we always have each other's back, you know, in the best possible ways. Happy Christmas. I hope you have such amazing, fabulous plans to do whatever makes you happy. Laugh every single day. Get some sun if you can. Go out into nature as much as you can. And if you can see water, please do that. It definitely helps with your blood pressure and with calm. And if you don't have water that you can go to, or you're stuck at home at work, at least put it on YouTube and listen to it, and it will calm everything down, okay? You're amazing. I love you. Have a great day. Thank you for listening. Bye. If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire podcast, and for that, I would like to thank you for your support. So you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at supportivetherapy_, and then you can find heaps of free resources online at www.supportivetherapy.com.au. So if today you did find my information useful, please leave a review and subscribe. By leaving a review, it's a value exchange. It's good karma. So I value your support just as much as you value my free information. And if you liked it, other mums can like it as well, hopefully, and then it can hopefully start a huge movement of people valuing mothers the way that they need to be valued. So please feel free to let me know what topics you would like to see in future episodes. Always feel free to get in touch with me in the comments. Otherwise, follow me on Supportive Therapy social media networks. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful day, you beautiful mum.